What is up, everybody? The episode 17 of the Bald Guy Show starts in 30 seconds. What is up, everybody? Episode 17. Once again, I told everybody, if you would have told me 6, 7 months ago, JC, you're gonna be having your own podcast, you're gonna be doing this stuff and meeting all these kind of different people, I would tell you you're out of your mind because this is out of my comfort zone. But I'm having so much fun. I'm meeting so many different kinds of artists, different kind of some actors that become friends of mine, and today is no different. I got another freestyle artist, Alex Zuniga, aka Latin Nation, and let's welcome him on. Alex, what is up,
Hey,
man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, man. How's everything with you and your side?
Doing good. It's a little chilly over here in Texas, and coming from Florida, we're still getting used to the cold over here. Been here 2 years.
Well, it come on worse and you'll figure it out. That's even worse.
Well, well, my wife knows what that's all about because she's from Jersey. She's about. I
Mhm.
told you earlier when I texted you earlier. She's only about 25 minutes away from where you're at. She's from Elizabeth, New Jersey. That's where she was raised. She's from Colombia, Cali, Colombia, and she was raised there in Jersey. So she knows what that's like.
Yeah, no, it's tricky. It's tricky because like this week it's gonna be raining, and then Friday's supposed to go to 60 and then drop on Saturday.
So you guys are being somewhat like us. It's like a little bipolar, huh? Because that's how we
Yeah.
are right now. It's a little chilly right now. It's in the 50s, but it's raining on and off. We're
Hmm.
expecting rain tomorrow, and I think it's supposed to go up to close to 60 as well. And then yeah, it's gonna drop down to the 30s and 40s over the weekend. So it's gonna be cold. Yeah.
So we just
So,
got to get
so
used to it.
yeah, I mean, I love the cold weather. I'll tell you what, I love the cold weather. I just cannot stand the cold and the rain mixed together. I cannot stand that. I
I
think that's
prefer
just
the rain over
that's.
snow.
I love the snow, but then again, I don't have to. I don't work in the.
Shovel.
I feel. I feel. Yeah, it doesn't snow that bad here either. So yeah. So man, so tell me a little bit about your background. I know Latin Nation started with you and your two brothers. But tell me a little bit about your background. How you got started in music and all that stuff.
So my background started in '87. Me trying to be somebody, and then singing with my little brother Lewis. We were doing here dancing here and there. I was more into DJ than anything. And I was transitioning from me trying to be a rapper in the early '80s, then
Okay.
trying to get into being a rock star because I was a big metal fan. And then I fall upon freestyle and Niobe, Shannon, TK, um, and those kind of people is like got me more motivated to be a part of this. And so in about the summer of '88, we were doing a backyard party, and my brothers and I we just started doing a routine and started singing above the tracks. It wasn't our song, and Tito, God rest his soul, stepped up to us and asked us if we wanted to record something. So September 15, '88 is when I officially went and recorded my very first song, Only Cries. First, we did it with DJ Cookie and then DJ Mate, and that's what started it off from there on.
So wow, so you went from rock, trying to do some rock music, hip hop, to then you just jumped into freestyle. There's something
Yeah.
there's something special about freestyle music, man. There's something special about freestyle music. I was I was telling Edie because I had Edie on a few weeks ago, and I was telling her that, man, whenever I've been down, whenever I want to work out, I want to anything, I put on some freestyle music. Freestyle music is something that has always been there for me. Ever since I was a
Well,
little kid.
what gravitated me to freestyle is that mu lyric wise, it's almost just as rock. I'm a big, Poison fan, Bon Jovi, Kiss, Metallica, and when it comes to the writing, the heartbreaks, the love, you listen to some Striper to White Lion, and you're like, oh my God, like you could put it together. So when I'm writing songs, I try to go back to that scenario. Like what can I say different? What can I um, add to make this, more, for my liking? And
Yeah.
that's why everybody fell in love with freestyle, is because of the same reason. Like everybody sings about the same thing, the makeup breakup, I love you, I hate you kind of song, but it's how you put it together and how you advocate that song over and convey it. And that's how you have people like the legends that came before us.
And there's something also about the beats, also, man. The rhythm and the
Well, that
beats.
goes into the hip hop.
Yeah, that's why it's called Latin hip hop. For those that don't know, freestyle is also before it was called freestyle. It was known as Latin hip hop.
It was
You
Latin
know,
hip hop, club music, and then finally freestyle.
it's it's been, and people have been trying to kill it for years. People have been trying to kill it for years, but I'm gonna say the same thing to you that I told Edie. Thank you for you're one of the pioneers that's keeping it alive. You're one of those guys that's keeping it alive. Because you're still out there. You're still out there. So God bless you, man.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
let me tell you something. And let me ask you, you got through some heartbreak, man. The loss of your two brothers. I mean, and that was what, within 2 years, right?
Yes. So as I told you earlier, the originally started with my brother Lewis, myself, and Jackie. Jackie left. IQ and Leo came in. IQ left. Leo stood, and then it was Leo for a while. And then we changed to different dancers throughout time. Verse, Sainer, um, even my cousin at one point. But when I try to do something with Eric Joel, he had his own group called Illusions, and
Okay.
him and Pito split. So we were discussing, we were talking, like, so we went and did a show together, and I did backups for him. So he goes, we should do something together. So I changed my name from Reflections at the time to Sounds of Rhythm with Joel, and added my brother Caesar. Caesar took long to be part of the group because he was tiny. He was very small. Um, and it wasn't until he got to high school that he just grew like a beanstalk. And in '95, and that was in '94, and then in '95, Eric Joel just said, I'm gonna go sing for the Lord. I don't want to do this no more. So then I told my brothers, I was like, listen, like I've been through every dancer you could possibly think of. I think that now that I got you two here with me, I don't need anybody else. So we all had our roles. I'm the one that worked in the studio, came up with the songs and whatnot. Louis was the one that came up with the steps and getting us choreography. And then Caesar was the one with the wardrobe. And he's the one that went out to the malls, pick up outfits and whatnot. And so we all had a role. So for 99, I mean, from 95 to 99, it was just us. And it wasn't until in 2000 that Lewis ended up getting ill, and something he ate got he died of liver failure. And then Caesar, right after him, ended up getting with a common cold. He had a common cold for the whole year, and then it went from a common cold to fibrosis, from fibrosis to bronchitis, from bronchitis to pneumonia. and pneumonia killed him. So, I was gonna stop singing. It was too much for me to deal with. Um, but it was the fans. I mean, I still got the letters and the emails that I got from, because back then, internet wasn't as popular.
Right.
We all had the Laro. For those who knows, there was a fan page called Freestyle Nation, Club Freestyle, Latin Freestyle, UFC, and then there was a chat room called Larus, and that's how everybody communicated. That's how I
Okay.
knew that Nuka was big, was because of those chat rooms. Because you live in Jersey, and unless you're traveling, you have no idea how big your songs are. So that's what pointed me like, yo, my song like hit big in Texas, hit big in PA, hit big in Florida, California, Puerto Rico. I'm like shit. I'm like all over the place. And so when I started getting those letters and everything, I was like, you know what? What I did of an error, I did it with love, which it was releasing my whole first album to commemorate my brothers. The problem is that if I had the mentality I have now, I would have polished them. Like I would have went, remixed them, remastered them. Instead, I just grabbed the demos and I just put it on in one album and sold out of them, obviously. So whoever got them, the originals, they actually have the original copy. Yeah, I only did 1,000 and they were gone like that.
Wow. And it's amazing that you kept the name Latin Nation. You kept, I'm assuming in honor of your brothers, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was rough because wherever I went, it was always like, "Where's the group? Where's the group?" Because Latin Nation is a group, not an individual. So I came to a point that I was gonna change my name because I was like, like I keep running into the same situation. And there's no group; it's just me. Finally, just not so long ago, it was probably maybe 5 6 years. I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna change my name to Alex of Latin Nation, and I kept it like that for until now. I was gonna go back to La Nation, which was the one that everybody knew me by when I released Nunca. But the thing is, I was only La Nation for 95 and 96, because for 97 and 98, that's when I changed to Latin Nation. And then everybody knew me as Latin Nation, so I was like, I'm gonna go back to a name that nobody knows, technically.
And how long did it take? How long was it that I know you said you took a little break? It was hard, and that's understandable. And again, and again, God bless you. You thought about the fans, man. That you thought about the fans. That you say, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing it. How long was it exactly
It wasn't too
between?
long. It
No.
wasn't long enough. I mean, because I still have imprinted in my head when I first did my first show without Lewis, and Caesar ran off the stage because he turned around and I had asked Guillermo and I forgot the other gentleman's name to dance for us so that I could feel full. And when I turned around, I saw Caesar just looked and he ran off the stage. And I was about to run out when Felicia told me, "No, you got to stay." So I stood and I finished the show. When I came down, he's crying in the corner. I grabbed him. We cried together. And he told me, "I can't do this without Lewis."
Oh man.
And then he started getting ill from there on. And so I then started doing shows on my own because, like, I had I already had booked time. So I started, going out to do shows. And then when Caesar passed away, then I was like, okay, I can't do this by myself anymore. And like I said, the letters, the emails, and the love that I have for the music, because I love the music. It means a lot to me. I can lose myself in writing. I can lose myself in going to the studio. I can lose myself doing a show. And I found a letter from Caesar that um he wished that I can become somebody. And that letter, I have it, and it's a reminder that they're with me. It's a reminder he didn't let go of my dreams. and why should I? And I kept doing. I did my first Coliseum, which was in San Antonio, the Freeman Coliseum. I
Wow.
did that in 2002. I did, I went to Peru in 93. I did Puerto Rico in 99. I did Chihuahua, Mexico in 98, 97. And then for the first time, I reached another milestone, which was Colombia this past year.
Really? Where?
So,
Where in Colombia?
Medellin,
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Wow.
it was beautiful, man. It's an experience. Like every milestone that I have done, it was always a memory. And the memories were always with my brothers. But the solo ones, like the Coliseum, Peru, and then Colombia, because Mexico was okay. It wasn't too, of a big deal because there was not many people. It was a small venue. Um, the one in Puerto Rico, the same thing, was a small venue. But when I got the opportunity, because I was planning to go to Colombia since '99. So since '99, it took almost 24 years for me to get there.
Wow.
So getting the opportunity to be in Colombia in front of people that have no idea who I am, and this is what I'm saying, that my brother left me to proceed our legacy. These people only heard of me, but they never seen me. I never performed in front of them. They only saw pictures, bought my music. That's that. When I'm telling you, the place was packed, and just hearing these people sing my song, I almost broke because
I
I
bet.
did not, I could never envision that. It was an overwhelming feeling. Like I cried with my wife, and like I told her, like I can't believe this happened to me. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so I love what I do. I love the time that I spend, and at times I get angry because of um, how the business is. Like there's a huge world out there. And if you go on YouTube and look at the comments from my music videos, you'll see comments from people that are not even in the States. Like I got one in there that's from Japan. They're telling me exactly where they're from, telling me they love my music. So those are the things that motivate me. And I'm still here. 34 years later, I'm still kicking it.
That's awesome, man. And again, I congratulate you, and I gotta thank you again for still performing, still playing, still singing, and and with that, you're keeping the memory of your brothers alive, and and I can only imagine that letter you got that you found from your brother that he left you. That's got to be the biggest motivation besides the fans. And but I did not know that freestyle music reached Japan. I did not know Japan. I know it's huge in Brazil. I know it's huge in certain part of Latin America, but did not know it
The
reached
problem is,
Asia.
yeah. The problem is, we're like this small. There's a huge world, and we're this small, and all we know is this. Um, but there's a song. If you ever seen the movie, the ninjas kick back, something like that. It's those three little kids that do kung fu. Um, there's a scene that they're flying to Japan or China, wherever they're flying to. I can't remember, so don't quote me. And I apologize. I offend anybody. Um, but there's a scene there. If you pay attention to the background, there's somebody singing in that language freestyle song. I have
Okay,
searched. I have searched for that stupid song and cannot find it anywhere. I even wanted to see if they had a soundtrack, and they don't have a soundtrack.
really?
Yeah, but if you ever get the chance, look for that movie. And I would say maybe it's like 20 minutes in the movie when they're traveling to Japan or China, and they're playing a guy that sounds just like George Lamont, but in Oriental voice.
Really?
Hmm.
Wow. Again, I never picture. Again, I love freestyle, and I'm glad that's gone that far. Did not think it would have reached all the way to to Asia, to Japan and stuff. Um, Let me tell you, and another thing I wanted to commend you on was the energy you have every single morning. Every time you go on Facebook Live, man, I love it, dude. I Let me tell you something, and you, I hate it when you're not on. Thing is, so remember, I'm an hour behind you.
Hmm.
But I'm at work really early. So by the time you're on, I'm already at work. But
Hmm.
it almost gets my morning going. Do a morning devotional. But you get me going also, man. You're part of that. And
It's
your
funny.
energy is awesome.
It's funny you say that because I get that a lot, and they had said it to me in different shows and whatnot. And I laugh because I think I'm just being dumb with my things. But I've always said that if even with music, if I can reach one person out of 10, I did my job. You know what I'm saying? If I can make your day smiling or laughing at my numbness, then I made my day. You know what I'm saying? And I always say, even with my lives, I always have the same. No matter the aches and pains, no matter the stress, no matter those bills on that table, they'll get paid one way, shape, or form. Is my motivation to tell you as well, telling myself, you got to get up, you got to go to work, you got to take care of your family, you got to take care of your kids, and just put a smile on your face because you never know who's having worse than you. you know. So I try to make everybody smile, try to make everybody's day one way, shape, or form. I just love what I do. I've, I just started with that when Facebook first started back in 2007, I think it was 2008. I stumbled into that FB Live with Ricky. We were going to the studio. My phone was heating up. We had to keep pulling over and because it was summer, and we
Hmm.
had to keep pulling over and turn the AC full blast and put the phone on the thing so it could cool off so I could go back and do it live again. And we had like hundreds of people on because nobody knew about the Facebook Live. So I love to say, maybe I'm not the first in the whole industry, but I was one of the first to do the whole live thing in a car. And so, I do it from time to time and, whenever I get the chance, but I just love making people smile and, have a good time and not
Well,
take some worries off.
you definitely make me smile, man. You make me laugh. And I love how you mentioned God, and you praise God, and you know, and dude,
Big believer.
it's amazing. I can see that. I can see it, and I hear it in what you say. So, Dios te bendiga, bro. God bless you, and
Thank
God
you,
bless
man.
your
Same to
family
you.
for that. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Uh, who else? Who have been your biggest influence when it comes to your music? Who have been your biggest influences? Who have put the most influence into your career?
My career, I
Please.
will have to say Artie. Um, I've known Artie since '97. He's the one that gave me the idea to change my name to Latin Nation when I was
Okay.
going through the whole name changing. He's the one that told me to change my outlook. And my very first song outside my people that were around me, Artie was the first producer. Um, and we went from being just business to family. That I call him Big Bro. But I mean, he's my big brother. He's my big brother. I don't have to shy from anything. I could call him up and like, hey, I'm stressing. I'm doing this and doing that. I got an idea, and I throw it at him. He'll kick it right back, and vice versa. You know, and we lost a lot. I lost my two brothers. He was there. He saw my three kids born. I saw his little girls grow, and just recently the passing of his wife, who
Oh
as my like
man.
my sister-in-law, and it's something that I can actually say that he's a unique soul in many different ways, in musically, in writing, but more importantly, in the personal side. Like he'll greet you like he known you for years, even if he just met you like right now. And the more you get to know him, as long as the respect and the trust is there, trust me, he will be una bendición. And that's what he's been to me. He's my biggest
Edie
mentor.
Edie has mentioned something like that as well. That he's been a huge part of her career as well.
Hmm.
You know, um, so wow, man. So sorry to hear about the loss of his wife. That's gotta be tough, man. Every time you lose somebody close to you, it's tough.
Yeah,
You know,
it was for him, and like, and you feel useless because there's nothing you could do except
there's
check out
nothing.
for him and make sure he's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But that's as far as you can go. But like I said, biggest mentor, hands down, has been him.
that's awesome. That's awesome. That's good. That's good. That's good. It's important to have people around you, in whatever industry you're in. It's important to have those people around you that will pick you up, encourage you, and help you out along the way. So we're not meant to do this alone, no matter what you do. And I love one thing I love about you is how you push and you encourage and you support other artists. I love artists supporting other artists. I hate it when it's like a competition and and there's something special. That's why I say there's something special about freestyle. Not every artist is like that, but you are one of those artists that it's always supporting, whether it's Jenny or you're supporting Edie or you're supporting, no matter who it is, you're supporting somebody. You're always mentioning somebody in your videos.
Well, the thing is this. I've always been the underdog. I mean, I was laughed at. I was mocked. I was told that we were never going to be anybody. Um, and none of those people are here today. Like half of those
Wow.
people are not even in the business, and I'm still here. And I always try to encourage people. The only thing I don't like is the people that do half-ass work, try to be fast, try to, like I just released a song yesterday, and today I'm promoting a different song because it's new and it's coming out. Finish promoting that song. Why are you promoting something that you're going to the studio tomorrow? You know, so they don't take time to create their craft. They don't take time to nourish their music. Um, I'm a big firm believer. You work 100%, you get 100% back. Even when people don't like your stuff, not everybody's gonna like your music, and
No, no, of
I'm
course
okay
not.
with that. And I know everybody should be okay with it because I mean I love George Lamont. He's one of the heads down best singer out there. But there are songs of his that I don't like. Maybe you think it's the best song for you, but for me, maybe it wasn't. But that's what it is. It's an opinion. It's a choice. It's the flavor for each one of us. And that's why I feel about my music. Not all my songs are gonna go gravitate anybody. But if I, like I said before, if I can get 1 person out of 10, I did my job.
I love
Is
that.
the push, is the working hard, is the if you got a show, looking your best. The audience should. I always said it, and I said it in many interviews. The audience should not look better than you. I've always, if the audience look better than you on stage, you should reevaluate yourself as an artist.
Oof,
And you could have the
oof.
best singer. You could be the best singer in the world. But if you look like you just came off of bed, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen Mark Anthony go on stage looking like shit?
No,
Never. Have you ever seen Will
no,
Smith going on stage looking at crap?
no.
No. And that's my point. Even with hip hop, they all look stylish. None of them look like they just hanging in the corner.
Yeah,
Because if you're gonna dress like that, like somebody that's from the corner, then where's the magic in yourself as an artist? Yes, your song might be dope, but there's no appealing. There's nothing for me to go, oh my god, I remember that outfit.
even listen to a song. They won't even listen to your sing because they're gonna be, "But look, this guy looks like crap." he looks like crap. It's almost like going to work. It's like I'm not gonna go to work in a wife beater and in PJs.
Exactly.
Does it? It's like same thing. Yeah, you got to adjust the part. Yeah.
And then when it comes to performance, also, there has to be some kind of practice. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of stage presence. The fans didn't go and pay money to see you stand there looking like you're lost. Um, I've always told every artist that I can is work hard, find that person that's staring at you, mesmerize, and gravitate about them. But always go back to the audience, not that just specific person, so that you can actually have that connection with the fans. Um, my video speaks for itself. I always go. I'm constantly trying to go around, the audience. Um, my wife always hated it that because I always forget to mention her or give her a shout out, whatnot. And I
Oh,
tell her, I was like, you don't understand that when I'm in the zone, like I'm lucky if I can remember the lyrics of the songs, let alone freaking remember how to say what's up to anybody. Um, but it's not on purpose. It's just unfortunately me with myself, and I'm just talking about me. Ever since I got the Bell's palsy and the ear infection, the sinus and throat infection, my hearing is not that great. And then two, I forget a lot.
oh
And
wow.
so I sing over my tracks. You'll hear me sing, that's for sure. I do not lip sync. I sing over my tracks though. And the reason I sing over my tracks is so I can remember in case I forget. And then even from time to time, I'll forget a word here and there. Audience probably won't notice. Some will. Um, but that's the point. That's the reason that I do that is because if I would go and sing a cappella, a cappella, sing with just my vocals, and I mean with just me singing no vocals, I can't do what I used to do back in the early '80s and '90s. Like it's harder for me to remember things, and for me to look like a fool on stage, I'd rather just stay neutral in my zone and just be me.
Dude, you would not imagine. You would not know that there's any that you have anything. It's like again. It goes back to you are not concentrating on you. You're concentrating on everybody else. And who would if you don't menciona, I would not know. I wouldn't know. If you don't mention
But
it,
that's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna tell everybody every single flaw that I have.
right, right,
So
right.
but like I said, my wife is always like, "You forgot here, you forgot that," and then it's just that I'm in that position that I forget things, and it's not on purpose. It's just it happens. So for me not to forget a lyric, I sing over my tracks, and I'm not ashamed of it. You know, as long as I'm giving you a show, because that's what you're paying to see, then I'm giving you the show.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, as long as people are enjoying it, that's what matters. And of course, by the way, how long have you been married? If you don't mind me asking.
It's gonna be 25 years now, in
Really?
April, and about 30 years together.
Wow, nice, man, nice. Yeah, my wife and I turned
Mm.
24 years in June. We
Oh
turned
wow!
24 years in June, and we had
Congratulations.
three kids also. Thanks, man. We had three adult
Yeah,
children. We had three adult
yeah.
children.
Mine's are split up. I got two adult and one still, he just got into the teens.
Oh, he just got into. Yeah, my youngest is he just turned 19, and my oldest is our daughter. She stayed in Florida,
My
and
oldest
we're
is
still.
is the oldest too.
Yeah, yeah. And we're still struggling with that, with her being in Florida and stuff. Um, who have you collaborated with? Have you collaborated with anybody else? Have you collaborated with other artists? Like, have you done any tracks with any other artists? Are there any
I
plans
have
for?
I have done I have done a few collaborations. I did with LSP, Susan Santiago, Edie. I just did one with Artie. Um, and then I had, people come in and out to do backups. George Anthony has been great helping me out doing backups for my songs. Um, I have other plans coming out very soon. That I did another collaboration recently, and but Artie's the one that's the latest and greatest. Crimes of Love. He gave it to me for me to come up with something. I wrote a song thinking it was for him, so I wrote it for him. And then he called me up. He goes, "Hey, I like what you did. I'm gonna change a couple of things." I'm like, "All right, cool." He goes, "Like, that's gonna be our song." I'm like, "What?" So it became and a collaboration between me and him for his album 60.
I
So
love that, man. And again, once again, artists working with artists, artists working together. And again, and because I see it in other genres where they're constantly competing with each other, and they don't, and people don't want to collaborate with each other. You know, even former bandmates not wanting to work together. But I love in
well, that
freestyle how, you know,
yeah, no, I mean, I had an idea back in the early 2000s. I will never forget it. It was Caramelo, Ricky Vaz, Josie, Cherie, Victor Vega, myself, and we were in my living room trying to come up with, what to do with the industry. And so I said, like, let's put out a CD with all of us. We all got different fans that we can, help each other bring up. It never happened, obviously. Years later, let's forward to 2016, and I released my first compilation, in a class of our own, and I did what I wanted to do because it was still a vision of mine to do it that way, and we sold a lot, and we had the response that we got for that CD. It was beyond amazing. Um, that people were already asking me, "Yo, when you gonna come with volume two?" I'm like, "Bro, let's just get through one first, before we go through volume two." And then volume two came along, and artists left, artists came, and then on volume three it was supposed to be a one CD, but I didn't have enough songs to make one CD. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? All of a sudden, everybody started going, "Oh, yo, I got a song, I got a song, I got a song." By the time you knew it, I had too many songs. But my problem was that if I released them in two separate times, a lot of the artists that were going to be on the second CD wasn't going to be happy because they had to wait. So I said, you know what? Let me just make it a volume three double CD, and it did good. It just didn't do as good as the first two, and my thinking was that it was just too many songs for people to gravitate on. Um, so it didn't expand the way I expected it to expand. I mean, when you have legends like Edie, Peter Fontaine, um, Reynaldo, JD, you those Victoria. So these are big names, and not to make the noise that it should have made. Joey Kidd, that's where I had the setback on. I'm like, oh well, it is what it is. But to this day, everybody's asking me, "Are you coming up with another one? Are you coming out another one?" I'm like, well, it's a lot of hard work, and me being a label, being an artist, being the executive producer, I'm a control freak, so I'm like overseeing things. I'm trying to hold on to things here and there. It becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge, but it becomes a challenge in the sense that I want, like, let's just say I grab you as an artist to be a part of a project. I'm not worrying about me. I'm worrying about you. So I want you to shine. I want you to do good because that's my legacy by saying I helped somebody out and they can say, Alex did something. And I'm proud of the three volumes that I put out because it took us places that I never thought I could. I mean, I sold in Canada, I sold in Istanbul, Colombia, Brazil, in the States, Puerto Rico, Mexico. I could go on. I got my list of places that I never thought I would even be at. I mean,
wow.
Istanbul. Who the hell buys a freestyle CD from Istanbul? You know, and that's my thing. You know, like we're this small and we're worrying about this little space when there's a whole world to try to get to.
You know, it's interesting that you said that volume three it being that's too. I love it. The bigger it is, the more songs, the better to me. I love the. I've always loved double CDs. I've always loved double albums. You know,
The problem with it is the let's just put our hats as a DJ. What am I gonna play? I can't play all of them.
yeah, I get
I'm
you,
only gonna play what
and
I
that makes
like,
sense.
what I can
That
get,
makes sense.
and the same thing with a radio station. You know, I'm going to pick these three songs, and that's all I'm going to promote out of the CD. So you're left behind a whole group of others that could have been noticed as well, but didn't get that opportunity because nobody gave them that opportunity. See, when you have like in volume one, there was only 15 songs. Volume two, there was only 15 songs. And then you go to volume three, and there's like about 20 something songs.
Wow.
So now there's like, it's a lot for people to just get on and get into. Oh, I forgot another person, Cito. Cito was on the compilation as well. So you got these legends, and we can't make them shine because of that, because everybody's just hiding behind everybody else.
And that's why you're rethinking of doing a volume four to. Are you? Is that why you're rethinking that?
Yeah, I am, because everybody keeps asking me, and like, again, I'm a fan pleaser. I want to make sure the fans are happy, and if they ask for it enough, I'm assuming that they it meant something to them, and so that's why I rethink and try. If I would do a new one, it would be a little bit different, less songs, so we can promote it better and
Yeah.
make every artist shine. Because that's my again, at the end of the day, the whole purpose of this project that I put together was to help each other out, helping every other artist grow to a fan base that nobody have ever heard. And I'm not talking about the legends part of it. I'm talking more about the new artists, or the artists that are not exposed as much. Like, let's just put LSP, because I love them to death and they've been with me from day one. Um, but like people like LSP, like, unless somebody gives them an opportunity, they're not going to be promoted well or pushed out there. So my hands is, I'm going to promote you well because you deserve it. I've seen you work. You work with me. You work hard, and I saw that. So why not push you? And that's the
Yeah.
same thing with, that's why when I play songs, I say I play whatever the hell I want because it's my damn radio. Is me saying this is what I like. This is who I promote, and nobody's telling me what to do or what not to do,
Yeah. It's your
And
project.
correct. But like Rudy Fausto, oh my God, the man is a freaking talent. You know, he's got the vocal, he's got the talent, he's got the writing skills. The Walking Away song, if you don't cry for that song, something's wrong with you. Every time I hear it, I get goosebumps. I get teary because it is that heartfelt of a song. And why not give him props? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he sings better than me. I'm not gonna give him props. Like, really? You should be freaking proud that somebody is actually got a song that means something.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
compared to some of the cheesy songs that are out there. You have something of value there. Then promote it. I promote again. I promote everybody because I love everybody. I don't have beef with anybody. And if they have beef with me, it's unknown to me. I just stay in my lane. That's the only difference. I stay in my lane. I do what I got to do for me, for my family, for the people that love my music, and that's pretty much it.
That's awesome, man. And that's how it should be. That's how it's supposed to be. And for example, and you mentioned earlier that you're not gonna like everybody. Not everybody's gonna like your music, and you know, I totally agree. There are some artists out there that I in freestyle, and I love freestyle. I am a freestyle fanatic. But there are a couple artists out there. I'm not going to mention names, but there are a couple artists out there that I cannot. I every time I've and songs are legendary songs that I just don't like. I've never liked it, even when it was on the radio back in the late '80s or early '90s. You know, I just never liked them, and that happens, But and these are legendary people, and out of respect to them, I'm not going to mention the names or the songs. Um, because they are legendary, and I do give them props for even still being around. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Cito. I remember one talking a couple of years ago. We were talking about a song, and I questioned him on one song, one particular song, and it was Sarah. And I asked him, "Yo, why you ever did that song, Sarah? Like that's not you at all. You know, like if you hear all the songs, either you feel that pain, you feel that anger, you feel that love. You know, that's Cito's powerful voice. I love him to death. I love him." And he goes to me, "Oh, it was the label's decision, so we just did it." And I'm like, "So there you go. You know, like that explains a lot. You know, but it's a song that I dislike. Not saying that he can't sing. I just didn't like the
Right,
song
right.
because it will, you know, it's not the Cito that I know, and it's not him. But that didn't discredit his, you know, his ability. That didn't discredit his talent or his vocal range. It was just more that my choice, my opinion. That song wasn't great. And if you could have that honest opinion and respectfully say how you feel,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't have a problem with anybody. And people need to have thick skin. Unfortunately, in this industry, in this era, you know, everybody get bent out of shape over anything. He didn't say hi to me. He said my music sucked. Okay, whoopity doo. You know, keep it
Move
moving.
on. Move on.
I, you can't cry to me. I got mocked. I got laughed at. I got told I wasn't gonna be nobody. Peter Fontaine
I
told
should
me
have.
when he Peter
I
Fontaine
can't
was
believe people actually said that
told
to
me
you.
a story. Yeah, no, Peter Fontaine was telling me a story that you know he went to where Eddie Rivera got rest his soul to meet with some executives, and they played his song just like not just like the one the way she looks at me, and they was shitting on him in for his face because they didn't know he was the one singing it. They even told him he couldn't sing, and Eddie Rivera was just like chill, you know. We'll talk about this afterwards.
Yeah.
And he told them like I can't believe they say I can't sing. He goes because it wasn't for him. Guess what? The way she looked at me became a freaking anthem, just like the wind became a freaking even bigger anthem. So it's just how hard you work and how you can, you know, like you take that criticism and build yourself around it. If you fall behind on it, you're no, this is not the business for you.
Well, that goes with anything in life. I know I'm not
Correct.
everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I know that. But it is what it is. I mean, if you're worried about who likes you, who doesn't, and hey, you obviously you got fans. Obviously, you do. If not, you would not have as many followers. And I know you don't surround. I know you don't wake up saying how many followers I have today. But you obviously do have followers. You obviously do have fans. Yeah. For those that don't like you said, oh well, move on.
Yeah, I mean, even with my lives, you know, like sometimes there's only three people, sometimes there's 10, sometimes there's even more than that. But I'm not worrying about who's coming on. What I'm worrying is my message to anybody who's on or listening afterwards is to inspire them to make them feel good about themselves. I'm playing some music and with my wackiness on the day, you know, fighting with the traffic, you know, and but that's again, you know, if I made one person smile, if I made one person enjoy my music. I did a show in Chicago, and me and my wife were sitting down, and a fan came to me and asked me to take a picture. I said, "Sure, well, no problem." We took a picture. He goes, "Can I tell you something?" And I said, "Sure." And I swear to you, not will never forget this. He goes to me, "I got into a car accident. I wasn't supposed to be here today. I got into a bad car accident that I was in bedridden, and you know." every day I didn't have no motivation. I didn't know what was gonna happen tomorrow, and it was Nunca that inspired me. That, you know what, I need to go and get through this. And I don't know, like, but Nunca has nothing to do with with uplifting anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's about my love for my wife, and when I first met her, and that's pretty much it. And he goes like, no, but it's just the way you sang it, the beat, the feeling.
That's
And
a
I kept
badass
hearing it
song,
and
bro.
hearing it, and that's what I was using. Huh?
That's a badass song, bro. I'm
Hello?
telling you, that is an awesome. That's an awesome song. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, bro.
You
That
keep.
song is an amazing song.
Yeah, no, and like when I told her, she was like, "Oh wow," and in another show was the same thing. I have gotten. I'm still trying to find that person who told me about them using my song at their wedding, because I would love to get that footage of them dancing my song at the wedding. Um, and that's what inspired me to write "All I See Is You." I always wanted to do a wedding song, um, and that and a new song that I'm working on that it's going to be coming out very soon. It's called "My One and Only Love." Oh, my one and only, and it was that, like, I want to give something to fans who are deeply in love with someone, whoever they in love with, that they can go and say, this is for you. I dedicate this to you. And so hopefully the new song that'll come out will inspire people like that.
That's awesome. And now I remember you saying in one of your lives that you don't have nothing scheduled like to perform until 2025, right?
Correct. So
Yeah,
I
so you
got
have
two
nothing
private
this
events
year.
in 2025. Nothing as of far. I have nothing this year. I had a fan who tagged me to do a show in Brazil. And I was like, hey, if y'all can make it happen, I'll be more than happy to go out to Brazil and perform for you guys. I don't have a problem performing anywhere. It's just, you got to talk to your promoters. I mean, they got to hire me to do a show, and well, who knows? I mean, God willing, I will get some shows this year, but as of right now, I have none. And there's no sweat. I
Uh,
mean, I still work in music.
yeah, obviously, with what you're saying, you're busy. Still, you're putting out some new stuff this year, which is awesome. Looking forward to that. Um, so what else is next for Alex besides your current writings? Is what's next for you? What's in your immediate future, or for the next
Um,
year or two?
my media future, I'm planning to open a OnlyFans. Now let me stop. um, no, I mean, just continue to do music until God tells me that's enough. Um, like I told you, I love what I do. I love writing. I love singing. I love performing. And again, just give me another 2 weeks and 3 weeks, and there'll be something out for everybody to check out. I'm trying to
That's
put the
awesome.
finishing touches on
Well,
it.
the only thing I'm going to ask you before we wrap up is do me a favor, hit me up with all your links, how people could reach out to you. If people want to book you, if people want to connect with you, how can they do that? Um, Everything that has to do with you, um, send that to me, please, so I could add it to the description and to because this episode drops on Saturday.
Perfect.
So send me everything,
Well,
so I can add that
thank
to
you.
it.
Thank you for your opportunity. Thank you to your to your audience. Hope they enjoy my music and everything that's coming up next. And yeah, there's more in store for this old guy here.
Well, you're not that much older than me, man. So you're how old? 52,
51,
51? Come on,
51.
man. You're not that much older. You're only 4 years older than me. So You're young, okay? So, man, again, Alex, thank you so much, man, for joining me. God bless you. God bless your wife. God bless your children,
Thank you.
and God
Same to you and
bless
your family.
and, and God bless your music, man. Be safe tomorrow, and I hope to catch you live on Facebook.
Definitely. You be safe, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm
Love you,
out.
bro.
All right. Peace.